Hey everyone, Liam here and welcome to this match preview and prediction for the match between Casper Ruud and Jack Draper in the final of the Madrid Open. Let's get into it. Before we get into the video, as always, if you enjoy the content on the channel, please like and subscribe. Really helps us grow the quality shot tennis community. We've got a matchup between obviously two players who, Casper Ruud, of course, is the most win amount player on clay over the last few seasons. So, there's a lot of expectations of him when he comes into clay court tournaments, but he hasn't really lived up to it, I would say, over the last, few tournaments. Last year, what really drove him to reach the ATP finals and the top 8 in the world by the end of the year was the fact that he had gotten so many points under his belt during the clay court season. Here in 2025, it hasn't really been the case until here in Madrid. He seems to have upped his game, found his rhythm a lot better. He seems to be a lot more focused on, I would say, playing a little bit more with margin, but still going for his shots. I think what we've seen more recently, over the last, I'd say 6 months or so in other tournaments is that, he's not played with as much margin as he used to. And he's gone for a little bit more, which sometimes is good because he can hit some amazing winners, but it's not really something that I would say is his playing style. He's a player who is very good at wearing other players down. That's the art of the clay court player. He will know that, of course, his road to the final hasn't been easy at all. I mean, beating Taylor Fritz, beating Daniel Medvedev, Francisco Cerundolo is not an easy player to come up against, especially in the form that he has been in. And obviously, beating him in straight sets as well, extremely solid. He had the issue with the person in the crowd who was sort of, trying to influence him during his serves, his serving motion. But you know what? He managed to come back from that breakdown in the second set and won it in straights, which was, I'm very happy to see him sort of get back or make this the right steps towards, where he should be, because obviously he's fallen out of the top 10, but on his best day, he can be top 5 material at times. He is coming up against a player who is, as of Monday, will be in the top 5. That is Jack Draper. Draper obviously reaching the final here without dropping a single set, playing absolute lights out tennis, playing with margin, playing with a lot of spin, but also just ripping the ball and hitting it as flat and as hard as possible when he sees there's an opportunity. He's I would say he's developing his game quite consistently to manage, his physical fitness and his mental ability to stay in these matches, which is great. I think, obviously winning in Wales and then obviously coming into the clay court season, it's always an interesting transition because obviously you've done so well, in the hard court season and, you finally got your first Masters 1000. How are you going to sort of bring that same game to the clay court? And here in Madrid, he's done exactly that. I think the conditions, of course, help because the ball does travel a little bit faster compared to other clay court tournaments in Madrid. It's the altitude, and Draper is one of those players who thrives in a little bit faster conditions. We've seen him beat the likes of Alcaraz in Queens. In fast conditions, he can really sort of take the ball out of opponents' hands and rackets. So it's good to see. Coming into this one, of course, this is going to be their first official meeting on the ATP Tour. I might be wrong here, probably am, to be honest, but I think they probably have met on the UTS. I believe so. I actually do think so. I might have actually been at that match, trying to actually remember maybe UTS London in 2023. I think Jack won that one because he won the entire tournament. I think, although Casper has the most clay court wins over the last couple seasons on the ATP, or last 2 or 3 seasons on the ATP Tour, I do think Jack is the one who's got the better form at the moment. He's played, I would say, lights out tennis this week and he's got the momentum. Casper's played great tennis as well, don't get me wrong, but I just think the fact that Jack hits his serve incredibly well, placement is superb, his forehand and the fact that he is a lefty will help him a lot. Casper can definitely win this match. We've seen him beat, last year we saw him beat Novak Djokovic in Monte Carlo semi-finals when Novak, obviously, was in better form. He won Barcelona as well. He's always done well at Roland Garros usually. So it's one of those things where, he can definitely win this match. But in my personal opinion, I think Draper has more form and more momentum coming into here. And the fact that he is a lefty, a bigger hitter, and someone who just seems to be playing without any fear at the moment is going to help him come through this one and secure his second Masters 1000 title of the season.